Howdy. Now, this is my review of Resistance 3 for the PSU, of course. It's an exclusive. I turned the cover round because I thought that this looked better than what was in the original cover, so there you go. Now, Resistance 3, well, obviously it takes place after Resistance 2, say a good 5 years at least, or maybe even more than that, maybe like a decade, let's say, after Resistance 2. And the Chimera are starting to freeze off the planet using massive terraformer ships that are just ripping holes in the earth and the ozone layer and just icing everything over. It's fucking, it's immense. Like, the terraformers are huge, fucking colossal. And the game starts off with the character returning from Resistance 2, Joseph Capelli, who used to be a Sentinel but isn't anymore because of the Hail Serum, or Serum, however you want to say it. And he's just trying to live out the rest of his days with his family, his wife and his son in Haven, Oklahoma, which they're using as a haven, but you know what I mean? That doesn't go all too well, as one day there's they're hearing that a terraformer's on its way to the town, and then they see a couple of dropships, and then they see a massive patrol like Goliaths and Stalkers and hybrids and shit. And then something happens, like somebody either fucks up or somebody just blows their cover or whatever, like. And then the Chimera find them, they raid the town, you kill everything because you're just an absolute badass. And then the terraformer gets really close, the town evacuates, and then you are about to leave, and then out of nowhere, out of absolutely nowhere, Dr. Malikov shows up from Fallen Man and Resistance 2. He just shows up. It's like, Joseph, we need to go to New York. There's a massive tower. If we destroy that, we win. But it's just me and you against like millions and millions of Chimera. Let's do it. I think we've got a chance. And then Joe's like, fuck man, I hate you so much. But let's do it. We don't have a chance, but we have a chance, let's do it. And thus the game begins, really. And that's it. It's just a huge mass country journey. Well, when I say mass country journey, you go from Oklahoma to like, I guess Pennsylvania or something like that. You skip like 5 states when you get to the next state in the game, which I absolutely hated. That's probably the one thing I hated about this game, besides the bullseye being like fucking weak. But that's the one thing I hated about this game. When I was reading featurettes and commentaries and all that kind of crap, they were always talking about that the game's going to be a massive journey. The whole premise of the story is the journey that Malikov and Capelli take. And they only go to like 4 different states. Half the game is spent in one state. That's really annoying. And the game itself isn't actually all that long. I mean, like, they leave the town, and then they find a boat, and then they're in a flooded town. That mission was really cool, but would have liked to have spent time playing them journeying through to get to the boat. That would have been cool. The best journeying of the game done is when you're on a train. You get a train, and it's just Malikov driving it, and you're fending off like humans. You're fighting humans. You're not actually fighting Chimera at this point. You're fighting humans. Just deranged fucknuts who've taken control of a prison. I mean, that whole point from a story perspective was really, really good, and it really, really built Joe as a character. Because like, for the start of the game onward to this point, he like only ever spoke in the cutscenes, and even when he did, it was only like 2 or 3 words. And then the entire prison section, you just felt like he was at breaking point, and he was just in full desperation to get out of this place, this just deranged fucking mental asylum. You know what I mean? And then he gets out, obviously. The journey continues. Malikov's dead at this point, by the way. I'm not even going to tell you how he died, it's just brutal. But yeah, he's dead at this point. So it's just Joe on his own. This freaky hermit boy helps him escape. Then he decides to go to New York by himself. And New York is like Lapland, but with aliens, giant ships, and giant wires. Yeah, it's like everything is covered in 500 feet, like bundles of snow and ice. It's just crazy what's going on in New York. And in New York, New York is special for me because it's technically the last level, because we didn't do levels in next generation games, do we? But it's the last level. It's got some epic fights in it. The last scene in the game is actually pretty genius, and I love it. I'm not going to talk about that because you have to experience it to fully understand and enjoy it. But what I love and what will stick with me forever about this game and the New York level is the cutscene. The opening cutscene is when Joe goes into a house, just a random house, and there's a radio there. And after him seeing the tower and actually seeing what he's properly up against just by himself, he just sits down, looks at his son's glove that he's been carrying with him as a good luck charm, and just thinks to himself, I'm not going to make it through this. I am going to die. And if I don't die destroying the tower, a chimera will kill me. And if a chimera doesn't kill me and I don't die destroying the tower, I'll freeze to death. And so he's accepted death. He's just going in all guns blazing, no caring a fuck, because he's just gone in to die basically. He's just been a martyr at this point. So he just turns on the radio, and for about let's say 3+ minutes, he just talks constantly. It sends a message, hopefully for his wife to hear, and it's really, really good. It's a really good piece of dialogue, and it cements him as a character as being a really brave man, a really, really good man, good intentions, good heart, kind man, brave, honest, strong. You know, determined, and willing to do anything to save his family. Because that's fundamentally why he's made this journey to New York, because to get rid of the chimera and allow his family to grow and live forever. It's fantastic. So that's that. The story's good. It's better than 2. It's not got the same spectacle as 2. 2 had the sequel feeling. Everything was bigger and huge and there were explosions everywhere, and the third one ended the trilogy. It has that somber tone, the big build up to the big fight, and then it all ends. Great game. Sound effects are just top notch. The guns all sound real. They all sound real and meaty and alive. You fire them, you feel like you're actually piercing through alien like skin. It's good. Voice acting when you hear it is pretty damn good. Characters aside, like Joe's cool. Malikov makes the game, like in terms of dialogue, because he just talks constantly. His wife, when she talks, actually adds quite a bit of emotion to the game in terms of voicing. There's a couple of other male characters that get introduced, and they're just like typical of their character models basically. And gameplay yet again is the pure staple of this franchise. The guns are extreme, they're powerful, except for the bullseye. They're fucking varied. They do so much varied damage and just fucking insane. I mean, you get the carbine eventually, but like half the game you're using the bullseye and it's really weak. It's quite The auger is by far the best weapon in this game. It's had the most improvement. It's the most improved gun in the game compared to the guns in Resistance 2, and it's by far the best in the game. And it's just awesome on the multiplayer, which leads me to the multiplayer. The decision to scrap it from 60 players to 16 players was the best decision that Insomniac's ever made for this series. The online is so much more personal and fantastic with 8v8. Fantastic. And it allows more compactness with the maps, because with the 30v30 maps, you felt they were huge maps.
and then when everybody converged into one place, it was just a skull fucking just absolute insane buggery, right? But with 8v8, and you get your little skirmishes, you like 4v5, and then a couple of them die, then your guys pile in, and their guys come in, and it's really good. And the maps are smaller, but they're more detailed, there's more cubby holes and stuff like that. Really great online, clan tags, you get titles, there's a massive shop, you can buy skins and videos, behind the scenes shit, which is awesome. And you get hundreds of perks, hundreds of buffs, hundreds of guns, and you can upgrade them. It's great. It's really, really full out, full fat, overweight, fully fledged, customizable, fun, entertaining online experience that I'll probably be playing for a while until I get Uncharted 3, of course. But there you go. So I've just got to wrap that up really, because I just wanted to skim over this. Because if you spend too long trying to think about what to say about this game, you'll just be there all day. So, closing comments. The story's actually really interesting. At first you're just wondering what the hell's happening, like, have they actually got to make it to New York? But then when Joe gets to New York, it makes it all worth it, and you kind of appreciate it a bit more. It takes a while for his character to build, but it's worth it in the end. Gameplay is top fucking notch. Graphically, I've actually never officially said what the graphics look like. They're brown. It's brown and white, but really nice, really fantastic lighting, Animations are superb, not a single dip and tear in the frame rate at all. Fantastic. Real staple at PS3. It isn't the prettiest game, but it's still really damn good. Gameplay's just phenomenal, and multiplayer just like trumps it, because it just does more. So overall, just got to close very quickly and say that Resistance 3 is a 9 out of 10 game, which of course is one of Commander Shepard's favourite games on the PS3. So there you have it. Resistance 3, 9 out of 10 on the PS3, of course. Exclusive, fantastic. So, see you later. Take care, and bye bye. Love your PS3, hate your chimeras, love your Joe Capellis, and see you later.